Warriors fans, let's dive deep into the current state of our beloved Golden State Warriors. This season has started off on a surprisingly high note, and while it feels good to see the team performing well, there's one name that keeps popping up for all the wrong reasons: Brandon Podziemski. After 11 games, he's currently sporting a negative value over replacement player. And to top it off, he has the worst win shares per 48 minutes on the entire roster. That's hard to ignore. Now, I know some fans might dismiss these numbers as just a small sample size, but let's take a moment to consider that 13.4% of the regular season games are already in the books, and Podziemski is shooting under 39% from the field. It raises the question, is it time to worry? Absolutely, there should be some doubts. With DeAnthony Melton sidelined due to a knee injury, the Warriors need Podziemski to step up. His ability to space the floor and make plays was seen as crucial, especially given the depth the team has. But if he continues to struggle, that depth won't mean much. Remember, he shot just 23.1% from beyond the arc during his freshman year in college. Sure, he rebounded with a stellar 43.8% in his second season, but that inconsistency is starting to rear its ugly head again. What's even more troubling is that Podziemski is getting plenty of open looks. 4.0 of his 4.1 three-point attempts per game are wide open. Yet, he's making only 20% of those shots. The fact is, he's shooting a dismal 19.5% from three this season. Is it the preseason nose injury that's affecting his performance? He's wearing a protective face mask, but he needs to push through it. Head coach Steve Kerr has limited his minutes to about 19.5 in the last couple of games, but with Melton out, this is Podziemski's chance to turn things around. The Warriors didn't trade him for a star this offseason for no reason. They believe in his potential, and now it's time for him to prove it. I genuinely believe he has the ability to bounce back. If he can get his shooting percentage up to nearly 40% from three, he could become a key player for the Warriors as they aim for a deep playoff run. But here's the reality check. Golden State cannot afford to have him missing every jumper, especially now. Let's talk about his role. Podziemski has only started 3 games and averages just 25.5 minutes. Kerr is relying heavily on the depth of the team, with only Stephen Curry logging substantial minutes. Despite his struggles, Podziemski is 4th on the team in minutes played. He needs to show that he's worth that trust and that he can be an untouchable asset moving forward. Fans were hoping to see his scoring and playmaking improve, especially with Chris Paul no longer in the mix. Podziemski has the potential to blossom into a crucial role player, but that can only happen if he consistently knocks down shots and makes plays. Let's keep it real. Growth isn't linear, and while it's been a slow start of the season for him, he has the opportunity to turn it around quickly. The Warriors need more from him, and I believe he is capable of delivering. He's getting the playing time and those coveted open shots, but now it's all about execution. So, what do you think? Is this the right path for Podziemski? Personally, I'm torn. I want to see him succeed, but the pressure is mounting. Will he step up, or will this uncomfortable discussion become a bigger issue? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Do you believe he can turn things around, or are we looking at a deeper problem? Share your expectations and frustrations. Let's keep the conversation going. And hey, don't forget to like this video, share it, and subscribe to the channel to stay updated on all things Warriors. And make sure to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any essential updates. Are the Golden State Warriors about to level up their shooting game even more? With a scorching 9-2 start, they're already dominating the Western Conference. But rumors are swirling about a potential trade that could bring in a young sharpshooter to enhance their already explosive offense. What does this mean for the future of the team? Stay tuned as we dive into the latest speculation that could redefine the Warriors roster. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give us a like to stay updated on all things Warriors. The Golden State Warriors are on fire with a 9-2 record, comfortably sitting as the second-best team in the Western Conference, just behind the Oklahoma City Thunder. It's a joy to watch, as we're witnessing a return to that vintage Warriors basketball we've all come to love. They're fourth in three-point percentage, third in attempts, and third in points per game. And let's not overlook their top 5 defense. This season, it's all about scoring, and I couldn't be more excited about the direction this team is heading. But wait, there's talk of a potential trade that could add even more shooting to this already explosive roster. Colin Keane of the Sporting News recently proposed a deal that would send Jonathan Kuminga and an unprotected first-round pick to the Indiana Pacers for Bebbedict Mathurin. Now let's break this down. Kuminga is averaging 14.7 points on 48.4% shooting and 35.1% from beyond the arc. Meanwhile, Mathurin, the slightly younger player, is posting an impressive 19.7 points with even better shooting numbers. This trade could be a no-brainer for the Warriors if the Pacers are willing to bite. But why would the Pacers trade away their best young player? It all comes down to economics, unless they see themselves as contenders right now. And let's be real, they're not. It makes sense for them to build for the future. They'll need to think about roster balance, especially with Tyrese Halliburton set to get max money until 2029. Mathurin could be a key part of their future, but with his payday looming in 2026, they might think twice about keeping him alongside Halliburton. And the Pacers have other options. Andrew Nembhard and Aaron Nesmith are already under contract and could step up if Mathurin leaves. Plus, with Isaiah Jackson and James Wiseman out for the season, they desperately need some size, and Kuminga could help fill that void with his rebounding. Now, let's think about this from a Warriors fan perspective. Adding Mathurin could significantly enhance our offensive capabilities, allowing us to stretch the floor even more and create mismatches against opposing defenses. Imagine a lineup with Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and Mathurin. That's a nightmare for any team to defend. But here's where I'm torn. Kuminga has shown flashes of brilliance and could still develop into a star. Do we want to give up on his potential for a player who's slightly more established, but still has his own questions about consistency? I'm honestly divided here. This trade could elevate our chances of making a deep playoff run. But at what cost? Are we potentially sacrificing our future for a shot at immediate success? It's a classic dilemma that every fan faces, and I want to hear what you think about this possible move. Do you believe this is the right path for the Warriors? And what about the implications for our championship aspirations? With the way we're playing, adding a shooter like Mathurin could propel us to the top, but we also need to keep an eye on the long-term development of our young talent. I want to hear your thoughts in the comments. What do you think about trading Kuminga for Mathurin? Are you excited about the potential of adding another shooter? Or do you believe we should hold on to our young assets? Let's get a discussion going. Your opinions matter. More updates,